What's up, guys? Sub-Zerek here, back for another VOD review today. A game that I'm really excited about for a few reasons, but the first is we're watching YBY1. This guy is... I think I can just confidently say he is my favorite TFT player to watch. I mean, he's so fun to watch, so animated, does so many crazy things, and this game is absolutely another example of that. You will see YBY1 makes some interesting choices this game that take us down some interesting paths. We check Ionia there, and it is the gold gen Ionia, which is a great one, especially with all of these potential upgraded units. But he is still going to slam here and upgrade Yorick, or unlock Yorick, because Shadow Isles is just kind of broken. You never feel bad about playing Shadow Isles, especially if we do end up in a spot here where we get like Viego Hero Augment to start here off this. We start the game with 2-star Viego. I mean, that would be disgusting. But honestly, that would be too high roll. I am not going to VOD review a game that's that high roll. Also, right before we get to augment selection, I do want to just say it's a quick little announcement, but I was accepted into the Teamfight Tactics partner program. This is how I do announcements, by the way, just drag over an image file. But yeah, thanks everybody who watches my content. I really appreciate it. This is just gonna mean I can do more cool TFT stuff, some giveaways for little legend codes and things like that. More chances to maybe work with Riot and things like that, which is awesome. So thanks for watching my stuff. It means a lot to me. Relatively small thing, not going to change the whole of my content or anything like that, but I appreciate you guys watching, because if you guys didn't watch, then this wouldn't be possible. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. And YBY1 is going to thank Riot Games as well, because he has Portable Forge is a pretty decent option here. Those are two options, not great. It's kind of interesting. I do think the Heartsteel is honestly a really solid option. You have a Shentu that can stack it up here. You can make Gwinsus and just play for Ionia from this spot. But I think he's just really thinking, if I take Portable Forge here, there's so many good Portable Forge items that I can slam onto a Viego 2, eventually transition that to a Callista 2. My life is going to be amazing if I can do that. And he rolls some pretty mediocre options, honestly. I mean, the left hefty rolls is just unclickable. The new birthday celebration one is a lot weaker now that you have to get the TG on level 7. So he is very likely to just grab this here and just wants to scout the lobby, see what's out there. Now, here's where the game gets interesting. We have 2 AP options, Blighting Jewel and Eternal Pact, which are pretty tough to take here because we have nobody to hold them, obviously. We have Silvermere Dawn, which doesn't really work as a Viego item because obviously, we're looking at a potential Gwinsu slam onto Viego for tempo here, and the Silvermere Dawn is obviously a pretty bad pair with that. You can use it as a tank item, throw it onto Shen, I guess is the idea. That would be my take, by the way. But YBY1, I mean, you guys know that this guy is crazy and will go for, whatever it takes to get him the placement, to get him the win. And so he's looking at Cappa Juice here. Cappa Juice is the worst performing artifact in the entire game statistically. It is even lower than a lot of the gold gen artifacts, which you would actually expect to have a pretty bad statistical bias just based upon the fact that, well, if you have a gold gen artifact at the end of the game, that means you didn't have a chance to reforge it. You didn't have a chance to kind of get rid of it in that way. What a lot of players will do with stuff like Gambler's Blade is they'll just use it in the early game, get a bunch of extra gold, and then kick it to the curb later, reforge it. Makes a lot of sense. Can't really do that. You can't also even get it out of a lot of things as you get further in the game, right? Stuff like a 4-2 Portable Forge cannot give you a gold gen artifact because they've just coded it to basically say, well, this is gold gen. You don't want this late game. So all that to be said, you would expect that these gold gen artifacts would have the worst stats in the game, but Cappa Juice has worse stats than those, which is quite incredible. Also, I thought this was a cool idea from YBY1. He just actually last round swapped out of Viego completely, and this round is crazy, man. The double level here for the Cappa Juice here, just trying to be as strong as possible. We must streak. We must streak because we're gold gen Ionia and because we're Cappa Juice here. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that we want to play so hard for win streak, and we get pretty consequential ins here. We get Gunslinger in here, and we get the Warden here, and I mean, Yorick's just a fantastic unit on his own. Also, as we, because of gold gen Ionia, continue to win fights, we're going to kind of earn back a lot of that income. Chain open here. You'd love to slam something, anything in this spot here, because once again, we are trying to win every fight that we can. YBY1 sees a Bramble Vest component and says, you know what, I can grab this here, slam Bramble if I need to. You know, there's a decent amount of AD in the current meta, so definitely something reasonable for us to, you know, end up. But we don't have to slam it until we see our opponent, right? If our opponent has a strong board, we can go that. Nice swap in here, gets Bruiser in instead of Warden, just saying, I have a 2-star Bruiser frontline, I must slam this. But look at this board that we're fighting. Jin 2, Shen 2, but they have 2 items onto the Jin, like 2 real items. Our Cappa Juice hasn't really stacked up yet. And you can see this fight is just too difficult. We end up losing here. They have an Ahri that does a bunch of extra damage as well, so we lose some of our stacks. 20% of our caps go down. So not the end of the world, but you know, certainly not the beginning of the world. It's a little not great to lose your stacks early, especially because, you know, I mean, it's a snowballing item. You know, the more that you can win, the more that you can get these Kappas up, the more that, you know, you can win and kill more units later and continue to get Kappas. But we also rotate into a Scion 2 here, LeBlanc board, and you can see as well, YBY1 takes another loss here. This is part of the reason why I want to VOD review this game, because I think this spot just looks quite desperate. It feels really, really bad. We've lost 2 fights with Cappa Juice. We still have an okay amount of caps. I think we have 11 at this point, he hovered, which is not horrible, but certainly not great, and certainly not anything you want. And also, part of the reason why the stats look so bad on this Cappa Juice is you start losing a couple of fights, it becomes harder and harder to win, and your life gets really, really rough here. Very smart thing from YBY1 to do. I mean, okay, we can talk for not hours, but minutes about how he just played these last couple of rounds. Okay, so one, smart for him to do here, opts to get the 7 units in to unlock Kennen. Kennen has been his unlock condition made easier. You just need 7 Yordle / Ionia and defender count as well for Kennen, right? I believe so. I'm gonna fact check myself. Yes, I'm correct. Of course, I'm correct. So he unlocks the Kennen here so that he can play the 5 Ionia. Then, with the Ahri and the adaptive being dropped from minions, says, I must slam adaptive here, so why don't I move Guinzu's Kappa over to the Ahri one? She's going to be about as strong as the Jin 2, just, you know, a 1-star 3 cost. Should be about as strong as a 2-star 1 cost. But one, this Ahri, I mean, she's just a great unit in general. And 2, she can item hold this adaptive. So really nice stuff from YBY1 just to consolidate as many items as possible. All right, next augment here. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a bronze for life. I mean, I don't think plot armor's that. I mean, I don't think any of these are that great, honestly. The gargoyle doesn't really. I mean, gargoyle's a pretty horrible item onto Wukong. He already gets so much armor and MR, so I don't think you can possibly take that. Earth's grab bag, or not Earth's grab bag, but Earth's something bag. I don't really love either. I mean, I guess we can just take this one here, the second wind, but it's gold basically. Last second save. I would be looking at that here. He's looking at the Earth, interestingly enough, kind of scouting the lobby and seeing like how committed do I have to be to this spot here to play into my line, which I would imagine he wants to hit vertical Ionia here, but we will see what we want to go for here. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff you can make. Quick Striker Emblem if you end up getting Panny Andrew here. So there's a lot of stuff that you can pick up here. That is a Rex onto our backline, which means we are going to lose this fight. I don't speak Vietnamese, so I don't know for sure if this is what YBY1 loves or hates, but I mean, I do feel like, I mean, honestly, Pans have a lot of potential, a bit more so than Spats, I would say. Also, in dangerous news, the other person who was looking at Ionia already has Yunara, so that's pretty not cool for YBY1. Honestly, I feel like everything is going against him this game. He got Cappa Juice here. This guy high rolls Yunara. He loses that fight, which I do think he was trying to win so that he could unlock the early 7 Ionia, and he's going to lose this fight as well. I mean, the spot looks disastrous, I must say. And we only have the Guinzu's Rageblade for Yunara here. We have no even IE components here. We would be able to get one off Carousel, but he opts to pick up the Ahri here because he knows Ahri 2 is so important. Wow, just prioritizes the unit over the item here and says, I mean, this is a a monumental upgrade for me. I must make this here to spike my board enough that I can maybe stack a few caps here and not have just a garbage board. And yeah, I mean, she will hopefully stabilize us a bit for the rest of this stage here. Can't even level up, by the way. We're just so broke that, like, if we level up here, I mean, at best we can... I mean, there's a world where we level here and lose, and then we can't make 30 gold here, which is really, really scary. Though I guess we have the Ionia gold to come with, so it would probably be fine. But he's also just saying, I mean, my odds of leveling, I don't have anything to level for, so this is going to be our third loss in the row. Oh my god here. I mean, yeah, he's actually... I mean, it's rough. I mean, we ended up taking Augment that did essentially nothing here. Yeah, 13 caps at 3-6. It's not exactly what you want from your Cappa Juice, I would say. It's not something that I would be all capped up about. But YBY1, he's pulled a rabbit out of a hat before. I mean, this guy is just an absolute beast. I feel like you can never count him out of a game here. So I will not count him out until we get to the post-match screen. And if he goes 8th, then I probably picked the wrong game to VOD review. Takes another loss here, so that is going to be another loss of the Kappas here, which is not good. For business, as you might be able to imagine. We are holding on to some extra Ionia units, so, you know, we're not far from just playing a random 7 Ionia. If we just unlock this set or pick up either of the 4 costs, we have it here. Do get a sword here towards potential IE here, and yeah, he does have IE if he wants it here, which is going to be what he makes. I mean, he has IE, Even Shroud, and then Quick Striker emblem, which seems really, really nice to me. The only problem is you don't actually have a Quick Striker yet to play for, and oh, he actually might opt to just grab Morello's here. Yeah, no, he opts to take Quick Striker here. I think this makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's a great emblem onto Yunara, means that you don't have to play any other Quick Striker on this board, which gives you more space to play other good stuff. And it's a great emblem effect. As far as emblems go, I mean, it's really the team-wide buff that you're that excited about, right? I mean, it's actually a good emblem buff as well. But yeah, having his items onto Ari here, I mean, and with no Econ Augment, this is what I was kind of worried about, is no Econ Augment. It's pretty tough for us to make it to the end game board here. We do have a pretty solid combat option here in that one, so I mean, like, we could maybe take that. Yeah, we do opt to end up taking the food fight tactics here. Ooh, we do find a Shiv plus a Swain immediately here, which we're gonna kind of flex in onto this board here. You know, there's no normal jug that you're playing on this board, but I mean, you can just play this nice little jug pair here. He's also gonna go for the set unlock, very, very important in this comp to get your set, especially because we are potentially looking at that Quick Striker emblem. Also has a Zillion as a potential hold here, but, you know, doesn't want to pick it up because it's just going to be a bit too hard to fit on the board. We have to find, like, Koboko Yumi stuff to really get there, so a little bit rough. We do pick up a fight win here, especially with the Quick Striker emblem onto the Shyvana. She's actually doing a lot of work here. Do pick up the set here, which is big. We are just, you know, donkey rolling every single round. We do pick up Yunara here, which is a pretty huge hit here, and he's trying to figure out how exactly he wants to fit it. Is going to move the items over because, I mean, they are just better here, and is also going to move these items over to Kennen, probably, as just a better tank than what we got going on here. So, all right, it's not your standard 5 Ionia board, but it is a Cappa Juice Yunara here with the, I don't know why I want to keep calling it Mess Hall. Is that what it's called? I don't keep calling it Food Fight Tactics. That's like the fake TFT set that they're going to make in set 30 because it's the best set theme of all time. But I mean, it's a great pickup in this comp. It likes the attack speed. It likes, I mean, just everything that we got going on here. Imagine you have to take Heal Cut here. Oh, no, he just wants to take the Warmogs, actually. We don't have Heal Cut, right? Wow. Actually quite surprised by this take here. Thought for sure he would want to take at least Sunfire, unless he really cares that much about Fidel sticks here, but I don't think we do. Continue to roll down here, and we do hit Yunara 2 on the roll down. We're either going to have to lock or unlock Swain here, or sell Swain, and he is just going to opt to lock here. Has faith in the board, has faith in our ability to win fights, and yeah, we move the adaptive over to Shyvana just as an item to help her cast quicker, and, you know, get to that fire breath here. I will say this fight looks pretty scuffed. Yep, we are going to take a loss here, down to 31 HP, but at long last, we do have the Yunara 2 here, so I'm not gonna say we've made it. I think that would be a bit of a gross exaggeration. But I mean, we got something. We got something going on here, which is not bad. I wanted to actually check the stats on Cappa Juice Yunara. I mean, she likes AD, she likes AS, she likes AP. So I mean, it should be fine on her. The stats say it is pretty decent on her, that just a lot of 4-cost carries. It actually really likes it onto Kaisa, interestingly enough, which maybe that's my next VOD review. But you can see the Yunara at 2-star is not bad. We just cleared a decent board here, and we are stacking up the hats here. I kind of want him to hover over the hats so we get a hat check here, but it is getting to the point where it's, I mean, it's not off the map yet, but it's not too far off here. Wajan Iverson also played a pretty cool, just like kind of like Fast 9 Bully Rise game off a LeBlanc opener, which is cool as well here. Need heel cut in this spot, I must imagine, unless there is some reason why we don't need it here. Not sure why we're holding Embesses here, but we will just roll down here. Need to pick up something to play that's better on this board here. Opts to open sell the cannon for Wukong 1. Wowza. And is going to opt to take the Sunfire for, Sunfire for Wukong. The rest of the tank items go there, and then the Even Shroud goes under the AD unit in the Shyvana. I think this makes perfect sense. All right, so this is going to be our board for now. Would really love a 2-star frontliner here, but hey, Wukong, at least when he dies, he becomes 2 units. And you can see this Yunara is starting to go off. The Cappa Juice Ionia, I mean, doesn't look half bad. We're just going to roll it to 0 every single fight, by the way. This is like last patch TFT, where we're not even considering going 9. We're just saying, I'm happy to be here. I'm 31 HP with a Cappa Juice. I need to win every fight that I can. It's funny, the other Ionia player also, is kind of missing on units, doesn't have a Yunara 2 here. Rotate into Prestivan here. Yeah, this ended up being a very low cap law because Prestivan's stuck on level 8 as well here, but does at least have not actually that much going for him. And yeah, going to pick up the win there against P-God, which is going to lock us into a top 5. And it's crazy to me, on a dime, how this game turned around by just aggressively rolling, picking up that Yunara, and she's stacking the caps. We're almost off the board here. We hit a Swain 2, so now we actually have kind of a real frontline to play around. I mean, not even kind of, a real frontline to play around. I also just love this kind of like nice little flex board that he put together here. The core of the 5 Ionia, and then you just throw units in on top of it. Finds a Shyvana. Okay, great. We'll play the Shyvana. Finds Swain. I mean, he fits in perfectly for Arcanist here. So a very reasonable board to play here. That is winning a lot of fights. We win against level 9 Morris's board here. Wajan Iverson wins a fight, but with Jungler, and yeah, the top 2 people drop down, which is a little awkward actually. I'm kind of down for those guys to, like Wajan and Morris, to take losses so we can grab a top 4. What do you even want in this spot here? He's looking at Adapticone. I mean, Adaptive's never bad. He's thinking maybe moving Sunfire over to the Wukong here. The problem is just positioning a little bit, and so he's just going to leave Spirit Visage here. But yes, we are, just almost, it's barely off the screen now, but we are just almost off the screen. When Yunara moves her head around a little bit, the Kappas fly off the screen here. We rotate to the other player, who's still, by the way, fast 9 here, K Bao Bao, has not actually hit their Yunara 2, so we might actually be able to take a win here as well, and Set's doing good work. It's really close, actually. We do pick up a win. Oh my god. Continue our win streak. Morris drops here, and it is somehow this YBY1 guy, man. I don't know how he does it. This game is actually a top 4, just with really solid combat, getting the quick striker, getting the food fight tactics, mess hall, and making the Cappa Juice work with just this really solid triple combat setup into Ionia. It's a crazy idea. We rotate into Wajan Iverson here, by the way, and oh god, how did that? Oh, the Set did this thing. I've had Set do this to me as well. It's so frustrating, where Set dies and just pulls a melee unit straight to your backline. I hate when he does this. Well, good to know that he has had this happen to him as well. Because yeah, I for a while was like, I'm never going to put my carry on the right side when I have Set on my board, because this exact thing happened and I got so tilted from it. So yeah, a little unfortunate. I mean, a lot of people do put Set on the right side just because you want Set to start doing his sit-ups as quickly as possible, so then you can shift Yunara to the left side, would be the idea. But I mean, it's sometimes you want Yunara on the right side so that she can like spray onto to backline. All right, we might also finally go level 9 here, and yep, we are just barely gonna push 9 here. Find a Lucian Senna. Okay, that's a great in on this board, just as a random +1. Find a JG for Set as well, and that allows us to move Adaptive over to Wukong, interestingly enough. Yeah, okay, so JG, at this point, he thinks QSS is better, and then he's just going to move all the tank items over to the Wukong because the Shiv one is not that tanky. Okay, pretty reasonable here. Invoker Spat Annie, not that reasonable. Actually, really crazy here, and it's an Annie 2 here. Can we win this fight? No, I don't think we can, so we are going to take a loss here and take just a top 4 for YBY1. But I just thought this was such a cool game to show how a lot of stuff can go wrong in TFT, and sometimes you just have to realize I'm playing for 4th. I need to just roll down, stabilize, just send it 0 every single round, hit my upgrades, and that was enough to go top 4 in a spot where, you know, if you had asked me about his spot end of stage 3, I would have said he averaged like a 6 here, and he honestly might in a lot of situations, but he took solid combat, played around his outs, played a solid setup, made a lot of item slams, played around that Ari. I mean, just a really cool game from YBY in general. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Spotify. All my links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always.